Will the vaccine rollout work to stop a third wave across Canada?
No, I really feel, my personal opinion, that the vaccine, is not going to stop the virus. They've even said, doesn't matter, you can wear 3 masks or 4 masks and get the first shot, the second shot, or even the third. It still doesn't protect you from getting the virus. So it's so many contradictions happening.
Not too educated on it, but I'm optimistic. So I would hope so. I would hope it would definitely make at least a big impact on it, and at least curve it in the right direction, so that everyone's kind of going in the proper way here, and we start to open up things, and you start to see businesses start to flourish again, and kind of everyone get their bread. You know what I mean? You want to see everyone be successful and everyone do good. So as long as it kind of helps that, and we start moving towards how it was before, I think with that happening, it will also bring a greater sense of community into it too. People will be more respectful and more, want to support local and stuff like that. So I'm optimistic to hope that it helps, but a little bit of lack of education, so I can't really say for sure.
They're not going to get to the younger demographic in time to stop that third wave, and it's the younger generation, that 20s, 30s, 40s that are being affected right now, that are really getting infected.
No, I think especially my generation, you see them all out, partying, and as soon as that outdoor gathering was put in place, it just seems like everybody's kind of gone nuts, and yeah, it just seems like everybody's trying to go back to normal. So I think third wave's probably coming for us, unless that vaccine comes quicker.
I'm not sure. Knowing a little bit about how coronaviruses work, chances are, it'll slow it down, but there's always going to be new variants. Coronaviruses evolve quite rapidly, so it'll stop a few, it'll slow a few down, but, I don't think it's going to stop anything entirely.
Yeah, I think the more vaccines are available to people, I think it'll help fight this virus, yeah.
I'm optimistic. I can't tell the future, so at this point I'm optimistic and hoping that it will help whatever way it can.
No, I don't think it will help, because so the vaccine is good, but you can still get COVID with the vaccine. It protects you, it makes it easier for you to get through it, but it doesn't actually protect you from having it. So once you have it, it's easy for others to have it as well. So like every vaccine, it's going to help in some way, but I don't think it's going to make it disappear, if you know what I mean. It's not going to...
I think once it rolls out and everybody is vaccinated, if we still keep the same precautions for COVID, like the restrictions, the group gatherings and all that stuff in place, I think it will stunt the curve then. But if people just think it's a quick fix and they're immune, and then they try to go about their normal lives again before it fully takes effect, and that we understand everything about it, I think we won't see any change.
I don't think that one has to do with the other. I think people's behavior has a ton to do with it, and too many people think that so many people are vaccinated, and that's why we're experiencing a third wave. If you walk into any bar over there or over here or whatever, doesn't matter that screens are up, they are crowded, and people have proven that they can't care for each other. Canada lacks community. People only care about themselves.
Hopefully, we're assuming it will, but there's the variants out there, and whether or not the vaccine works on that, time will tell, right?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Only time will tell. I honestly hope so. This is getting harder and harder the longer it goes, and something's got to change. Yeah. So let's cross our fingers and hope so.
No, I think we're in the third wave a little bit with the numbers kind of across Canada, how they were. I hope it helps, though. There are more people vaccinated, so it's almost like there is a little bit of more of an end in sight, whereas with the second wave, it still wasn't, people weren't getting vaccinated. So hopefully as long as that can still happen and they still have the June deadline, that maybe, hopefully there would be less pressure on the healthcare system. Doing it by age, too, I think is part of that.
Well, like I said, this is a learning process for everybody. Whether it will work or not depends on the vaccines themselves and their effectiveness. And also there's the big part of this is participant cooperation. Certainly when you get a vaccine, that does not, mean you're 100% safe right from the moment you get it. So, there's a certain responsibility on the person, on people to follow through and to do what's required.
I think that the vaccination efforts will maybe slow it slightly, but I just think that the third wave is ahead of what we're able to get in vaccines from overseas right now, which is really unfortunate.
That's a big question. The third wave is clearly on us, and what the vaccine rollout is going to do, we hope it'll temper something like a third wave or any subsequent problems. Clearly, we've got to embrace the science on this. The vaccine right now is an answer. The other answer, of course, is physical distancing, staying safe, not congregating with strangers in places where, we're trapped in the air in a restaurant. And unfortunately, it's restaurants that seems to be predominant, but we're going to just have to practice what science is telling us is the best practice.
I think everyone wants to look into a crystal ball right now. I'm looking to our medical and public health experts, and what I'm hearing is that the first rounds of vaccines are definitely working, because it's not our most elderly who are in the hospital right now. It's our people in their 40s and 50s. So
we're in the third wave, and it's coming too fast, so no. But hopefully it'll work to stop the fourth wave.